might be wondering, Caitlin, if you're dyeing your hair, why did you put a full face of makeup on and a whole eye look? Well, let me tell ya, I was just gonna do a base and some blush and some highlighter and do my eyebrows, and then I got carried away. Hello, welcome back to these videos, but we're going to the bathroom in a few minutes because I'm dyeing my hair today. Honestly, by the time you see this video, this dye is probably already washed out of my hair, but I figure if I'm gonna do it, then I should just film it for you guys. And I saw this color, and I was like, oh, okay. It is called Red Passion, but it's not red. It's like orange. And I was curious because all the other Red Passion dyes were like the color of the letters. So, and I just want to say before I start, I would not recommend you using this dye. It does say semi-permanent, but let me tell you, there are certain strands that just this hangs onto, and not like the brightest color when you first dye it. It hangs onto it and it's like faded, and let me tell you, it doesn't look cute. But we're doing it because I'm cheap and I also don't really care that much. I guess I'll show you my hair. My hair is dirty right now because it does say on the thing to shampoo hair using a cleansing shampoo. Apply to freshly washed dry hair, but I didn't do that because I didn't want to shower this morning and then shower again. So even since you can see, like, I filmed my hair cutting video last week, it is faded quite a bit from then. Since I do have pink in my hair, I really don't know what to expect, to be honest, but orange and pink are sort of in the same color family, and when they mix together they can either make pink or orange or like this peachy color. So if I try to dye it blue right now, which I don't like myself with blue hair really, I've had it before, I just didn't love it, but if I tried to dye it blue right now, it would just turn purple because pink plus blue is purple. Color theory. So without further ado, let's change into my hair dyeing shirt and go to the bathroom. Okay, welcome to my bathroom. I'm wearing my glasses now so that I can see myself in the mirror, and let's get it going. This is also my baseball shirt from when I was in grade 4. This, I guess, WG Services sponsored it, but I was number 1. Oh, I forgot I cut my hair. I'm very much mixing this as if I have the longest hair right now. But I cut off 3 inches if you didn't see that video. Okay, here we go. That's the color. Okay, so let's start. As I dye my hair, I want to have a little chat. I just want to talk about change. But as I apply this dye to my hair, as I change my hair color, I just want to talk a bit about change because it's been on my mind a lot recently. So I think change is funny because a lot of people don't like change, which I understand. I don't like change either. And some change is really good change, like this change that I'm making, changing my hair, like I'm choosing this change. So I'm excited for it. There's other changes that I don't like when this whole pandemic happened and we all had to stay in our houses. I feel like that was a challenging change for a lot of people. And for a lot of you guys who are watching this, probably in high school, and so you had to change from going to high school to doing school at home. Now, as I'm filming this, it's May 20th. You probably won't see this till the middle of June, so things are changing every day. And they've probably changed so much more than what I'm gonna talk about now. Change is happening, right? And we are experiencing things opening up again, and it might be a change that we're looking forward to, because we had a change that was forced upon us with everything being closed, which wasn't that pleasant, right? And so we might be looking forward to this change, but it can still be kind of scary, and it could still bring us worry. Like, what is this gonna be like? What is this change gonna bring? Which is hard. I think what this comes down to is not change, but it's control. When things are changing that are outside of our control, it's always harder than if things are changing inside of our control. Like, for example, me dyeing my hair pink. That's a fun change because my hair was blonde and I put pink dye on it, and I knew what my result was gonna be because I could look into my bowl of dye and think, oh, that's going on my blonde hair, my blank slate. And I had a complete control over that change. Change is hard because we want control. Because we want to be in control of what's happening. And when we're out of control, that makes us anxious. That makes us, that can make us worried. Because what's gonna happen? How are we gonna know what the result will be? Especially now, we have to trust that things are opening up at the right times, that people are gonna be safe, and even though like things are opening up, we still have to maintain social distance, and so a lot of people's actions that you might interact with are out of your control, which is scary. So I don't know if I like have a remedy for this. I think that's something that comforts me when there's lots of change that I can't control, is to meditate on the fact that God never changes. I find a lot of comfort in the fact of knowing that God is in control, and also knowing that God never changes. Like, one of my favorite Bible stories is about when the disciples are in a boat, right? And there's a storm, and Jesus is sleeping, and they're like upset because they think this colossal storm is gonna kill them all, which sometimes I forget, like, I'm a visual person, so when you read that, it's like, oh, how bad could that storm have been? But have you ever seen The Truman Show? And if you have, there's a scene in the movie where he's in a boat with his dad, and there's a big storm. And it's very scary, and it's hard to stay in the boat, and it's not like they were in a boat like a ship, like a Pirates of the Caribbean boat. They were probably in a boat that was a little bigger than the one in the Truman Show, but still a boat, right? Like a fishing boat. They were not in like a pirate ship, one that was equipped for massive storms. They're freaking out because they think they're gonna die. And then Jesus stands up and he calms the storm. This tattoo that I have, I don't know if you can see it, this tattoo that I have that's waves and wind is a reminder of that story, because after he calms the storm, his disciples say, "Who is this man that even the waves and the wind obey him?" And I always thought that was crazy because they're his disciples. Like they hang out with him. Like he teaches them. He hangs out with them. Like it was not the first time they had met Jesus that they were wondering who he was, you know? It's not like if somebody at the grocery store who you've never seen before in your life, like, I don't know, does something and you're like, who's that guy? You know? They were really in awe of Jesus's power because he calmed the storm just by speaking to it. And he was in complete control, even though he was very relaxed. So I think that change is really hard because we're scared that things will be different, but we're also scared things aren't going to work out good for us, right? We're scared that things are going to be different or wrong or bad or hurt us in some way. But we have to remember, like the disciples in that boat who were worried that they were going to die, that even though it looked like Jesus was sleeping and not paying attention to their well-being, he very much was aware and he took care of them. He calmed the storm, saved all their lives. And he told them that they should have faith in him, that they should trust him, because he's taking care of them. I think that's really beautiful. So I just want to encourage you that if you're worried right now about changes taking place in your life, just remember, like, whatever changes you're facing, you might not be in control. In fact, you're not in control. I hate to break it to you. That's just the reality. You are not in control. But a God who never changes and who took care of people who lived in a wilderness for 40 years and who took care of a guy who got thrown into a den of lions, and he faithfully led people to do such great, amazing things. That God who never changes is also the God who is with you and who is in control of your situation and who's taking care of you. And I just find a lot of comfort when I'm worried about change is to remember that the God that I put my trust in never changes. And he's always looking out for me. He always has my best interests at heart. And that's just a really comforting thing for me to experience. So I'll put in the description below just some Bible things that you can read if you are struggling with change right now. If you're struggling with fear of being in control, I just want to encourage you guys that, like, first of all, that's really normal to struggle with that. It's super normal to not feel in control, and it's super normal to have worry about that. I think that's why, like, a big focus, like, if you read the stories in the Bible and the stuff I'm gonna put below, is like God talks about worry and Jesus talked about worry, because we worry as people. It's hard not to. And so I think just know, like, you're not alone. You're not alone. And, like, we all worry about different things at different times. And, like, even I as an adult, like, I have worries that are sometimes the same as yours. Like, yeah, I'm worried that people aren't going to be taking this seriously and social distancing properly. And I want things to go back to normal too. And I don't like change either sometimes. But we just have to embrace change, knowing that God loves us, and just know that that's true, and know that he never changes. Even though things change around us, we can always rely on him. We can always rely on his faithfulness, and he always comes through. A great example of that. There's examples of that all throughout the Bible. In the Old Testament, there's so many stories of that, but I think the biggest way that God came through for us is sending Jesus for us. Because the whole Bible is the story of how God longs to be close to his people. That has never changed about God. He longs to be close to you. And when he sent Jesus, it was to be close to you. It was just the same thing, that in everything else, he just longed to be close to those people. So that's my little talk about change as I changed my hair. So this is what I'm gonna look like for 30 minutes. I'm gonna go start watching Hercules, and I will be back in my bedroom with the final rinsed out result, dried. So you guys get to just skip right to that. Okay, so I rinsed my hair, I ate some lunch, I had to redo my makeup, so I did just a quick mediocre job, because it turns out you can't rinse hair dye out of your hair without also washing all your makeup off. So I have my new hair under my hat, and I guess the only thing left to do in this video is the reveal. It does look kind of wet still, because it is. It's not as drastic, I guess, as I was expecting. Like, under here you can definitely see there's like so much orange, but it's not as drastic as I I guess, not that I was expecting, because I kind of wasn't expecting it to be like bam, but it made me realize as I was like waiting for it to dry and as I was like rinsing it out, that I like really kind of want like neon orange hair. So once this is just all done and out, I think I'm gonna dye my hair like neon orange the next time I dye my hair. But for now, this is what we got, boys and girls. So yeah, that's my hair right now, guys. Thanks for watching. I hope that you enjoyed this little change, and I hope that other changes in your life are going well. Thank you for watching this video. Bless you guys, have an awesome week, and I will see you will see me in the next one. Bye!